Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Amit Chaudhary, and today we are going to talk about continuous integration using Jenkins with SalesforceDX. So let's see how to set up this. So first of all, in the step one, you need to download the Salesforce CLI, and I already have Salesforce CLI in machine, so I'm going to skip this part. And the second step is install the Jenkins. So you can download it from here. So I'm using the window, so download it for the window. Now once download is completed, let's install it. Installation is just complete. Click on the finish and now download the required plugin. Once download will be complete, your Jenkins will be open in the local host 8080. By default, it will give you this error. Simply ignore this and click on the refresh. So, and the very first step is to unlock this. So, it just go to this path and open the file. And whatever the key is provided here, just copy this key and paste it here and click on the continue. And after that, you just need to install the required plugin, whatever you need. So I'm just going to install some plugin here. So click on the select plugin to install. And I need to use the Git. So I'm going to use the Git plugins. So install the Git parameter and GitHub and click on the install. So automatically the plugin will be going to download here. So wait for a few minutes once it will be downloaded. Now installation is complete. Just set up your user. I'm going to use the admin user here and set the password. Now click on save and finish. Now your Jenkins is installed. Let's move back to the next step. So next step is to create a self-signed SSL certificate private key. For that we need a Openssl. So you can download the Openssl from here for the window. Just scroll it down and download the binary one. Now open this folder. So unzip this one and select all file, copy from here and paste in a C drive. Now we need to set the path for this. So simply set the Openssl config path. So we can use this command, and you can copy this command from here, and make sure you need to use you need to change the path where you are copy pasting your Openssl file. So I just pasted on this particular URL, so I'm just using this path. So go to the CMD drive. I just set up the path, and now let's move to the same directory. Now generate your RSA private key. And then create a file for the server passkey files. For that, just copy this command. Simply execute this one. And now is the time to generate a certificate. So for that, just execute this command. So here you just need to provide some basic details. So let me add the country name. Now done. Now generate the SSL certificate. So now my certificate is generated. You can verify that the same in the bin folder. So now you can see here is my certificate and here is my key. Now let's move to the third step, next step. That is the fourth step, to create the connected app for JWT based flow. So let's create a connected app in developer org. Now create a new connected app. Click on new. My sample app and provide the email ID. Enable the auth setting. And for the callback URL, you can use this particular URL. And make sure you need to use the digital signature. Enable this one and select the certificate file we just created. and select the permissions. So make sure you need to select all this permission here and then click on the save. Now my connected app is ready, and just copy this consumer key from here and click on the manage here and change the policy for this, and make sure this should be admin approved user pre-authorized and click on the save button. Now make sure which user will be used for the Jenkins integration, that should have this access on this particular connected app. So I'm going to use the system admin profile here. So I'm just providing the access to the system admin here. So click on the manage profile and provide the access to the system admin profile here. Okay, now my app is created. I just added permission admin approved user as are pre-authorized and also provided the access to the system admin. Now we are good to go. Now if you want to validate this connected app, you can validate this with this particular command. So in this command, I just need to provide the client ID here, and after the client ID and JW, I just need to provide the path for the JWT key file and the username. So I'm going to use this username, and by default the login URL will be login.salesforce.com. So you can execute this command here. So let's see it's authorized our org or not. So now our JWT flow is working successfully, and it's successfully authorized my org. So let's move back to the next step. So here in this particular command, I just use the client ID. In the client ID, you need to provide the consumer key, and JWT file, you just need to provide the absolute path for your server.key file, which we just created here, this file. And then you need to provide the instance URL if you are using sandbox. By default the login is for login.salesforce is by default here, so you don't need to specify that. But if it is a sandbox, you need to specify the URL and provide the set the default dev hub username. And now it's time to create the environment variable for the Jenkins. So here, like first of all, whatever the key we just created, that what we will add into the Jenkins, and we will also create the environment variable. So here are the 4 variable we need to create. So this all are just a recommendation. If you want to change the name, you can do it. So we are going to use the same as Salesforce recommended. Now add server.key file in our Jenkins. For that, just log into your Jenkins and type localhost 8080 and log in with your user ID and password. Then click on the credential, and from here click on systems and global credential here, and click on the new credential. And from here just select the secret file and then browse your set key file here. And then click on the save button. Now my key is created, and now click on the Jenkins. Make sure you need to add the required plugins. Click on the Manage Jenkins and click on the Manage Plugins. And from here, just search for the custom tool and install this one. Okay, this is done. Now next move to the next part. Here we need to create the environment variable. So simply create the environment variable from the window. On this one, and from here just add the new variables. So first variable is for hub organization. Now go here, click on the environment variable and click on new and type here, and after that specify the username. Then specify the SFDC host DH. In that you just need to specify you are using on sandbox or the developer org. Then the next one is for consumer key. So let me copy the consumer key we just created and click on OK. And the third part is the JWT ID. So for that you just need to go to your Jenkins. And go to the credential which we just created. And click on this file and click on update, and then copy this ID from here and paste it here. Click on OK. Okay. So now my environment variable are set up. Now go back to the next step. So now it's time to configure the Jenkins. So let's log into the Jenkins. And for that we need to connect the Jenkins with the one of the GitHub repository. So I already created one GitHub repository. You can use this one. And here I already set up a Jenkins file. So in that Jenkins file, I already mentioned like whatever the environment variable we created, we get the value for environment hub, SFDC host, and the key and the consumer key from the environment variable. And I'm just printing this value here. And after that, I'm just simply going to use this value to log into the Salesforce. So here I'm using the same JWT command to log into the Salesforce, and whatever the data we have into the my metadata we have in the Git repository, that's what I'm going to deploy into the developer hub, developer org. So let's see how to do it. Now click on the new item and set up your Jenkins and add whatever the name you want to give. Let's say my dev or, and then select the category, whatever you want to use. You can create a freestyle project. I'm using the multi-branch. Click on this, and from here you need to add the git repository URL here and add single git repository URL, and then give the URL to the your git repository. I'm going to use my one, and then go here and add the URL here. If it is a public, then we are good with the URL, but if it is a private, make sure you need to add your credential here and add your git repository URL here or user and password here, and then click on the OK. So I'm going to use the same one as this is the public one and click on the save. So I just created a new item here, and if you want to do any build, click on this and you can do the manual build here. So click on the build now. So once you click on the build, you will see the build will be start here. Click here and click on the console output to see the output. It is working or not. So you can see, okay, I'm not able to get any, it is failing just because I'm not able to get the environment variable here. So for that, I just install it. So just reset your Jenkins or the laptop, then you will able to get the environment variable here. Now I just restarted my laptop and let's open this project again. It will say it's empty. So let's create this project again. Click on the new item, provide the name and select the project type. Now specify the git URL here. And click on the save button. So let's do the manual build now. Go here, click here, click on the build now and select the build and see the result in the console. Now you can see that we are able to get the environment value now. And build is failed again because of this access issue. Click here and click on the approved. Now go back and try to execute the build again. Build now. Click here, click on the console log. So now you can see build start again. I am able to get the value from the environment variable. Now JWT flow is started and trying to validate this org. Now deployment started and it is in a queue and build is successful. So let's validate this result in developer org. Now you can see deployment just completed. Thank you everyone. If you like this video, please share and comment and like this video. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. We will come back with the more video in the Jenkins. Thank you. Bye bye.